Krishna, Jai Shri Ram. Welcome all of you all for our weekly Wednesday evening Ramayanam class. So, welcome all of you all. So, today is the added advantage. Today is Wednesday, plus it's Ekadashi. So, it has saved me a lot of tension. I don't have to shift the class today. It's on the very fixed Wednesday itself. And Ekadashi means one has to not just merely fast, but also while fasting, focus on devotion. नहीं तो भूखा पेट तो आदमी कई परिस्थितियों में रह लेता, but when you have to focus on God, then only Ekadashi is complete. I always tell Ekadashi ka rules, you have to fast 1 day before Ekadashi. You have to fast. So fasting starts 1 day before. थोड़ा सा कम खाओ, नहीं खाओ तो और भी अच्छा है. And next day morning, yes, you start with your Ekadashi as per your capacity. Someone does Nirjala, some done with Jala, some with fruits and fruit juices, some eating nice feast, Ekadashi feast, no problem. But at least fast. Fast from grains. The only difference between Ekadashi and rest, so many fasts are there. आप लोग बोलेंगे प्रभु जी हम लोग का तो घर में साल भर फास्ट चलता रहता है, हम लोग ये फास्ट करते हैं, वो फास्ट करते हैं. गुड, बट द बेस्ट पार्ट इज अगर वो उपवास आप अगर नहीं करते हो तो आपको पाप नहीं लगता है. यू डू नॉट इनकर एनी सिन इफ वन डजंट डू अदर उपवास. जितने भी आपके साल भर देवी का उपवास, गणेश जी का उपवास, ये वो नहीं करोगे, पुण्य नहीं मिलेगा, नो प्रॉब्लम, बट एटलीस्ट पाप तो नहीं लग रहा है. बट इफ यू डू नॉट फॉलो एकादशी, यू आर श्योर टू इनकर सिन. पाप जरूर लगे. That's why it's more important that one follows Ekadashi to an extent that at least he doesn't incur more sins. And scientifically also it is proved that by 15 दिन में एक बार भूखा रहना, पेट को भी थोड़ा आराम मिलेगा, पूरा सिस्टम को आराम मिलेगा. And I always give an additional advantage. Throughout the week eating dal, chawal, वही दाल, वही चावल, वही सब्जी, routine. This is a change of menu. 15 दिन में एक चेंज ऑफ मेन्यू. चलो आज साबुदाना वड़ा खाते हैं, आज फिंगर चिप्स खाते हैं. So it becomes a nice change in menu, and at the same time you don't incur or you don't fall in the trap of acquiring more sins. काफी sins हैं हमारे पास, पहले जमा है काफी पाप हमारे अकाउंट में, जन्मों जन्मों के पाप काफी हैं, ऊपर से और पाप लेना मत. This is my sincere advice to all of you. So coming back to our Ramayana, so we completed verse number 17. So let's start reading from verse number 16 and let's have a recap. Can anyone give me a recap? Can Damini give me a recap of what we studied last week? And I mind you, and next time I want all the regular and senior students of ours. Now, everyone can consider yourself senior as long as you're regular. So, आप लोग अपना recap, that is last session में क्या discuss किया था, इसको पहले ready रख, because this is a question which I always ask in every lecture. So please keep this ready. Yes, किसी को याद है हम लोगों ने क्या discuss किया था?
Prabhuji, you had told कि मतलब the speaker and the listener both should be focused in spiritual things. Yeah, so then only we can relish the essence of.
I had told the speaker has to be potent and the listener has to be fertile. Both. It's always given. Prabhupada gives this example. Agar you, male and female, husband and wife, want to conceive a child, for that the only condition is the male has got to be potent and the female has got to be fertile. If any one is missing, the potent male but an infertile female, or an impotent male and a fertile female, is not going to give birth to a child. Similarly, अगर आपको अपने अंदर भक्ति लाना है, you want to bring bhakti inside you, you got to change your approach. You have to be more focused. The speaker also has to be more focused in his work, and the listeners have got to be equally focused. in between taking up phone calls and attending phone calls, answering on WhatsApp, chatting on WhatsApp. These things should be avoided. Throughout the day, you have enough time. Yeah, 45-50 minutes is the only time when it is you call yourself as this is nowadays आजकल एक टर्म चल रहा है ना, मी टाइम, मेरा खुद का टाइम. कभी कभी आपका खुद का भगवान के साथ वाला टाइम भी होना चाहिए. So this, whenever you are in satsang, it is a time where you and God are together. God in the sense, you may not be touching God or you may not be feeling God, but you can hear and realize God. That is what is more important. Yes, something more, what I told last lecture.
So that was the reason. So when Love and Kush recited the Ramayana, so even the sages, I mean, they were astonished. They felt good.
They felt relished. They relished the
Yeah, they were
topic
relished.
what he was discussing. But another reason which Acharya says, he was not doing it for any material benefit.
Yeah.
We see many Katha many speakers, they have an covered motive, a hidden motive behind giving lectures, and that is collecting money. This is not welcomed in any way. One should focus only on devotion, and in sharing devotion, the speaker should always think of how to sow the seed of devotion in the listener's heart. सुनने वाले के हृदय में कैसे भक्ति का बीज बोया जाए, इसी पे फोकस होना चाहिए, ना कि चलो इनसे कुछ पैसे मिलेंगे, यजमान से कुछ पैसे मिलेंगे, इससे मेरा घर का निर्वाह होगा या घर चलेगा. ठीक है, मजबूर हो तो बात अलग है, अदरवाइज इट इज नॉट एडवाइज्ड. Okay. So can you read from verse number 16, Mataji, translation?
Yes, Prabhuji. All the sages who had heard the two boys sing were righteous and happy at heart. They praised the worthy Kusha and Lava. आगे पढ़ो?
Yeah, please go ahead.
The sages, after hearing the boys' recitation, said, "It is a great epic with sweet melody of verses. Its speciality is that, although it describes the incidents that have occurred long before, it appears as if those incidents have recently occurred." The sages further said, "The two brothers, on entering the mood of the Kavyam poem, are singing melodiously, bringing out the various feelings of the epic. Equipped with all the musical notes, the two are singing in an enchanting manner."
So basically, what the sages were enjoying, not just the wordings, but the rasabha with which they were reciting the entire kavya. Secondly, they were singing very melodiously, and the various feelings of the epic could be realized by them. Very nice. Yeah, please continue.
The two were highly appreciated by those sages of great austerity. Being thus praised, the two boys sang with enthusiasm and more enchantment and melody.
Yes, this is true. This is true with every speaker, including me. I honestly accept. जब भी that's why I always tell all of you, please put on your videos. कि मुझे लगता है हाँ कोई तो सुन रहा है. And I feel otherwise I am speaking to a blank screen. I always tell all of you, please put on your screen, put on your video, so that there will be more interaction, more class-like feeling, and an enthusiasm. Enthusiasm doesn't mean कोई कलाकार हो गाना गा रहा है and सब लोग तालियां बजा रही. No, that's not enthusiasm. By student regularly to the class, when students come regularly to the class without missing, fighting with all the odds which they face in day-to-day life, and when the student is sincere, this gives an impetus to the speaker also. True speaker, a genuine speaker, he feels, yes, it's my duty that I share a little more of the knowledge about God with them. Then it is up to you and God for you to. Yes, continue.
Some sages who were pleased with them got up in appreciation and gave them a picture, Kamandal. Delighted by their performance, some extremely reputed sages gave them bark cloth.
ये bark cloth किसको कहते हैं मालूम है? What is bark cloth? अच्छा, कमंडल.
Kamandal. जिसमें उनका पानी होता
ऐसा
है.
रहता है, हाँ, वाटर बॉटल जैसे ना उनका जग. Actually, that's a fruit. Nobody knows it's a fruit. जंगल में उगता एक पेड़ का फल है वो अंदर से खोखला होकर उसको खाली कर देते, काट के खाली करते हैं. It grows in that shape. Handle is cut out of that, and the middle center port is also cut out, and it stays for years together. It's given as a written gift to various sadhus when they come for yagyas and for many samaro and all that. When sadhus come, hundreds and thousands are gifted to them. It's a natural product and is used as a water pitcher for them. Whenever they want, they're traveling, they can carry water in that. Similarly, bark cloth. Bark cloth is nothing but jute fabric. जूट कैसा बनता है? एक पेड़ का बार्क होता है, उसी का मतलब ऊपर का छाल होता है ना, छाल का कपड़ा बोलते हैं ना, that is it. And though it is not very soft to wear, but they wear that because it is naturally available freely, and they weave that cloth out of it and they wear. So you will see all the items now. There will be a list of various items. It's like 5 slokas now given together, which will give the list of things which are given to Lava and Kusha by the various sages. And these distribution, what it implies, let all of you all give me an answer at the end of this translation. Please read, Mataji.
Delighted by their enchanting singing, various sages gave various things to both of them. Some great sages gave them black deer skin, a sacred thread of Brahmanas, Janeyu, pitcher, kamandal, mounja grass, undergarments, coping, an axe, saffron cloth, wrapper of cloth, band to tie their matted hair, sacrificial fire vessels, that is Yagnakund, firewood sticks, Samit, Audambari wood, and so on. Some great sages gave them blessings and chanted mantras for their longevity. The rest of the sages, who were in vow of truth and silence, Monvrat, blessed the two from the both of their hearts. From the bottom of their hearts. Yeah.
Bottom of the heart. So what does this mean? Come on, let anyone highlight this matter. Let's see.
प्रभु जी deer skin जो था वो for मतलब when you focus on God meditation के time पे usually use करते हैं. Then Janeyu they you told कि Brahman first if they have to wear it compulsory.
Kopin tak diya hai. Chalo, I don't have to relist it. I know they have given Kopin, they have given Kamandalu, they have given Janeyu, they have given Samita, that is sticks, dried fire sticks, जो यज्ञ में use होता है. What does this mean? The crowd who was listening to this entire recitation were highly reputed great sages who were relishing the Leela of the Lord. And they were so happy. What they had, whatever little they had, they gave it to them. Little. Both count. They were not rich people. They were not ready to give them check and gold coins and all that. No. They just gave them what they had. Just imagine someone giving a kopin or samita or Janeyu. What is the cost of a Janeyu? If you see price-wise, it's peanuts. But still, why it was given? Because they appreciated. They were true Brahmanas, true sages. That's why they. Yeah, read the next.
Surprisingly, this supreme composition of sage Valmiki, which is so well composed with the complete sequence of events, will be the foundation of future poets.
For future poets, this is going to be the, not only that, I always say in the film industry also, this is going to be the theme. Entire film industry, be it English or Hindi. Any film industry, there's a villain, there's a hero, and there's a heroine. And the end villain is killed. So this is the theme for the entire world. Yes, next verse.
This song, which was the best among all types of songs, increases the longevity and prosperity of all. It is extremely melodious to the ears and is appreciated everywhere by everyone. Once, when those two boys were singing in the street, Lord Rama saw them.
Now, this verse is giving the Shruti Phala. Shruti Phala means the benefit of hearing it. What does it do? What does it do? This song, the best among all types of songs, increases the longevity and prosperity of all. So, yaad rakhna, you don't have to use age miracle creams and all that. You just read this, life longevity will increase and prosperity. Prosperity is also subjective. If one is not, if one is not happy or satisfied, no prosperity, there is no end to prosperity. But one has to be prosperous. But still, Acharya has given another understanding. This is the byproduct of reading the Ramayana, not the product, a byproduct. Now, what is the difference between byproduct and product? जैसे आप दही मट्टे हो ना, you churn curd, and what do you get? Butter. And then what is left behind? Butter, milk, chas, bacha hua. And we all drink chas, right? So how many of you all would take dahi, churn it, take the butter out, throw it in the gutter, and drink the chas? Wow, chas was great, excellent. नहीं ना, छाछ पियोगे तो साथ में मक्खन भी खाओगे. एक्चुअल मेन बेनिफिट क्या है? महंगा चीज क्या है इसमें? मक्खन. एंड साइड बाय प्रोडक्ट क्या है? छाछ. इसमें और पानी मिला के दे सकते हो, नो प्रॉब्लम. सिमिलरली, फॉर रीडिंग दिस रामायण, द मेन by product is, what is the main end result? For you, liberation is guaranteed. For getting out of the cycle of birth and death is guaranteed. For getting unalloyed devotion for the Lord is guaranteed. Rest, the byproduct is, you will live long, you will be prosperous. So now it's left to you whether you are reading with the focus of the product or for the byproduct. Secondly, once these two boys were singing in the street and Lord Rama saw them. So Bhagwan Swayam Ramchandra ji unko dekhe. But by the way, at which place is this happening? Marde, is Ramchandra ji near Valmiki Ashram or in Ayodhya? Where is he?
Naimisharanya.
Yes, they are at Naimisharanya. So remember, Naimisharanya is a very, very powerful place. It's a place where only sages and saintly things have happened. The entire Ramayana was first recited in Naimisharanya only, and the first major spectator was none other than the Lord himself. स्वयं भगवान ने उस कथा को सुनी वहां पे, from the mouth of Lava and Kusha, composed by Valmiki. So this place, Naimisharanya, is a very, very powerful place. Even to this day, it's quite secluded, quite silent. Naimisharanya history, there are two major incidents which happened in Naimisharanya. One is Ramayana recited for the first time because that was the time when Ramchandra ji was doing the Ashwamedha Yajna. And secondly, the 88,000 rishis who are at Naimisharanya performing Yajna. And that is the time when Suta Goswami entered there. And he recited the entire Bhagavatam when they were questioned. When he was questioned by Shaunak and other rishis. Shaunak Rishi was their leader, spokesman. And he was questioning Suta Goswami. And Suta Goswami recited the entire Bhagavatam over there. So, two great things happened in Naimisharanya. Bhagavatam was recited and the Ramayana was recited. So, when Ramchandraji heard these two boys on the street, Chandraji was fascinated. Please continue.
On seeing them, Lord Rama, the eliminator of the enemies took the two brothers, Kusha and Lava, to his palace and honored them as they were worthy of honor.
Continue.
Lord Rama was sitting on the divine golden throne, surrounded by ministers, and his brothers were sitting nearby. Seeing those handsome and humble brothers, Lord Rama said to Lakshmana, along with Bharata and Shatrughna, Lord Rama said, "These divine, effulgent, and perfect singers are singing this legend very nicely, with its versatile meanings. All the listeners are inspired by them. The two are singing the composition melodiously with ragas in a clear voice. They are singing on a stringed instruments with extremely meaningful words. The song, which is spreading among the people, is not only enlivening the mind, the body, and heart of the listeners, but also giving happiness to the ears." Lord Rama continued, "These twins, Kusha and Lava, appear like saints or great ascetics, though they have bodily features of a king. Listening to this legend of great personality, Sita, as narrated by them, is bringing good fortune to me also."
Okay. Now, in 3 verses, Ramchandraji is telling Lakshmana, Bharata, Shatrugna, and Lakshmana, the greatness of these two boys who were singing very melodiously, and Ramchandraji was appreciating. So, someone from the normal material platform may say, "Yes, Prabhuji, they were appreciated by Ramchandraji because they were singing the glories of Lord Rama himself." है ना? How many of you agree with this? सीधी बात है ना, रामचंद्र जी की कहानी बोल रहे हैं तो रामचंद्र को अच्छा लगेगा। जैसे अगर कल मैंने अपेक्षित का बारे में कुछ गाना गाया तो अपेक्षित को अच्छा लगेगा, दामिनी के बारे में कुछ बोला दामिनी को अच्छा लगेगा। इंडिविजुअल एवरीवन विल लव टू हैव देयर प्रेजेस एंड दैट टू इन फ्रंट ऑफ ऑल द पीपल। सुनो सुनो सब लोग सुनो। इट इज ऑलवेज सेड once lecture is over, no, many people come and say, "Prabhuji, your lecture was very nice." And if you are foolish, मन में लड्डू फूटेंगे। हाँ, you are the true understanding person who has understood the lecture. and मुंह पे क्या बोलेंगे, नहीं नहीं नहीं, सब प्रभु की कृपा है, सब गुरु महाराज की कृपा है, ये है वो है, as if you are not at all interested. But the true heart of, in the heart of hearts, you will be jumping, happily. Wow. But that's not the case with God. The problem is we compare ourselves with God. Our thinking process as beings, we are conditioned souls. Condition means time and again we have been in the same process of name, fame, power, glory, enviousness, kama, krodha, lobh, moh. Every these factors, we are only roasted in these factors. Like rasgulla, we are, always dipped in these qualities. Whereas Lord is not dipped in these qualities. So that's why Lord is different. Here you will come to know why Ramchandraji is not praising because he is singing his glories. He is saying, listening to this legend of great personality. Here the great personality is none other than Sita Maiya. He is saying Sita Maiya का हो रहा है, इसके लिए मैं सुन रहा हूँ. Please read the purport explanation.
One may find it absurd to see Lord Rama listening to his own story and praising it. But as per the Acharyas, Lord Rama is not listening to his story at all. The Shastras call God Atmaram because God is fully self sufficient and takes pleasure in himself alone. He does not need worldly praise. Here, Lord Rama is listening to the narration because he is deriving great pleasure and happiness in listening to the legend of his dear wife Sita. This narration of Ramayana will give good fortune not only to Lord Rama, but even to all its readers and listeners, as it is the legend of Sita Mata, who is none other than Lakshmi Devi.
That's the reason why you are going to be benefited in any way, because it's a narration of Sita Mata. Let's understand this term Atmaram. What does the word Atmaram actually mean? Atmaram means Lord is perfect and complete. We are opposite, imperfect and incomplete. Now, how will you understand that Lord is perfect? No, without food, I cannot stay for 2 days. Without water, I cannot stay for more than a day. I am dependent on some factor or the other. But Lord, who is a creator of the entire universe, not just universe, universes, for him, he doesn't require anything. All the food you offer him, he doesn't take though. He doesn't. accept the food. Then you'll say, Prabhuji, all those efforts, what we are doing is a waste. No, he just takes the essence of it and not the food. In fact, we also, when we eat food, are we taking the actual food inside? We may say, yes, Prabhuji, I am eating the entire apple. The entire apple goes down my throat. But the next day it comes out in your excreta. Then what is taken? What is taken is the subtle, what we call as vitamins, proteins, carbohydrates, proteins, and all those various things. Generally, the doctor says. But can you see it? Can you see them? We drink water, and the same water goes out through urine. Then where is the water going? Subtle ingredients of these things are captured by the body, and the rest are thrown out. Similarly, Lord takes a subtle ingredient when we offer food, and that is our love and consideration for him. Lord says, yes, I am eating. Ashnami Praitatmana, Lord is saying in 3.13, Lord is clearly saying, muchante sarvakil vishaya bhunjate tu agam papam ye pachantu atma karana. If you eat for your own satisfaction, atma karana, then you are eating agam papa. And the same thing, if you are eating, if you are offering it to me, ashnami prayatatmana. When he says, patram pushpam phalam toyam, yo me bhaktya prayachati, tadham bhaktya upartam, ashnami prayatatmana, Lord clearly says, when someone offers me phal, food, anything, ashna means to eat. मैं खाता हूँ. And don't think, प्रभु जी कहाँ खाते हैं, 2 रोटी रखा था, वही 2 रोटी वापस आ गया. He has taken the essence. He sees your bhava rather than. To understand this, I'll just give you a very simple example. Those parents who are here in this group, you may buy one chocolate for a child, for your son or your daughter, and you come home, you offer that chocolate to the child. And the chocolate, there are 2 types of children. One child will just pinch it from your hand, just run away eating the chocolate. And a good child would be one who will take the chocolate from the mother or the father, remove the peel, might be take a bite, and then will offer to the mother. Mother, why don't you have? Definitely the mother has not bought the chocolate, all the trouble for buying the chocolate to be eaten from the child's hand. But she, when the minute the child offers that chocolate to the mother becomes overwhelmed, very happy. Says, oh, thank you very much. Tomorrow I'll buy you 2 chocolates for you. Same way, when human beings can have this reaction and the way in which we interact, would Lord not be happy? Oh, this is one way by which we are telling Lord, yes, I am conscious about you at all given time. And this consciousness is what is called as devotion, bhakti. हर समय जो आप भगवान को याद करते हो, याद रखते हो, खाते वक्त, सोते वक्त, जागते वक्त, पानी पीते वक्त, just when you take the drink or we are about to drink the glass of water, just say, oh, Rasamap Sukonte, Prabhas Surya. Oh, you are the taste in the water. Whenever you see the sun and the moon, oh, you are the sunshine and the moonshine. So this way, Lord is giving us all the ways through our Vedas, through our Shastras. He is teaching us, be conscious about me. And this consciousness of being close with God is what we call as devotion or bhakti. Otherwise, if you don't offer God also, you're going to eat the same food. But the difference is, here, you're not conscious about God. And Lord says, those who are not conscious about me, let the law of karma take over them. But the minute one becomes conscious about God, Lord says, nahi, nahi, mera admi. Now, whenever you want to go into a Ganpati Pandal or someone, and you know someone over there, and he comes and says, nahi, nahi, mera admi, andar chodo. You get some extra benefit or easy gate pass, and he takes you in. That means what? He knows you, that's why he's taking you. But it doesn't take everyone. It takes only specifically you because he knows you. Similarly, when we are in problem, we are in crisis, Lord takes care of us. A classic example is Draupadi. Draupadi's devotion towards Krishna throughout her life. And at the time when she was in a real problem, she was being disrobed, that too in a sabha. That time she called God, and immediately Lord came. The Lord came. Because, yes, for devotees, yes, he is achievable, he is accessible, but he is not accessible for non-devotees. So that is the reason why Lord is Atmaram. He doesn't require your food, he doesn't require your AC, he doesn't require anything. He only sees your concern. आप कितना भगवान के सामने समर्पित हो, भगवान को आप कितना प्रेम करते हो, भगवान को कितना आप सेवा करना चाहते हो, बस that is what is for you to decide, not for not to decide. Yes, Mataji, please continue.
Motivated by Lord Rama's words, both the boys started singing the well-versed composition in the Marga style. Lord Rama, with his mind attracted and engaged in listening to their singing, got up from his golden throne slowly and sat in the assembly with others.
Very important understanding this is giving. See, the whole Vedas is enacted in the story form in Ramayana and Mahabharata. Every bit of it, every inch of it. If one reads the Mahabharata and tries to understand under a proper bona fide guru, definitely you don't have to read the Vedas separately. The entire Vedas are completely covered in this. Completely covered. What is the need for the king to get out of the throne? राजा का बैठ सकता था ना वहां पे आराम से. He got up. And what did he do? Sat in the assembly with others. बाकी लोगों के साथ बीच में आके बैठ गए. क्यों? What is the need? Everything has a specific reason. You'll understand it. Please read the.
Basically, there are two styles of singing a legend. One is called the Marga style or Gandharva style, and the other is called the Desi style. Marga style or the Gandharva songs were traditionally sung to offer worship to gods. It refers to music regulated by strict rules that is bound by rigid grammar. Another style, which is called the Desi style, is based on the folk style, which is very enchanting to the general people and is not bound by very strict rules. The important message we get is that in all possible ways, one must keep reciting the Ramayana or at least keep chanting the holy name of Lord Rama at all times.
So
All,
please understand, this Marga style is a style of reciting it. It is not the matter. Like if you see read Charit Manas, it is in poetry and doha. So what we call as doha is there. Why is that doha? That is different to the Sanskrit shlokas. So these basically various people have written, like you see in South there is Kamba Ramayan, it is written in different style. The main purpose is for the local people to understand that much clearer. These are various styles are there. Yes, now the important matter. Yes.
Also, Lord Rama's getting up from his throne and sitting amongst the ministers in the assembly signifies that he was engrossed in listening to the composition of Sita. Lord Rama also wants to give us a message that when the speaker is singing or rendering a spiritual discourse, the listener, however great he may be, should never be seated on a platform higher than that of the speaker.
Yes, this is a very, very fundamental rule. Many times we see, in Kathas, the speaker's seat is much higher, quite elevated. The reason is that otherwise the listeners come at par with the speaker, and that is sinful. As the Shastra is given, I'll just give an example. How many of you know that when Krishna was giving Gita Upadesh to Arjuna, Hanumanji was sitting on the top of the flag? Does everyone know this fact or not? पता है? सबको याद है? Hanuman was already sitting on the flag of Arjuna. Arjuna's Ratha. On top of Arjuna's Ratha was a flag, and on that flag, Hanumanji was sitting. And below, this entire dialogue between Krishna and Arjuna is happening, and finally, the entire Gita is spoken. Now, there are two viewpoints of Acharyas. Once, Arjuna, when before the war, when how many of you have gone to Badrinath? Anybody has gone to Badrinath from here? This group? No. Okay. That's why I don't know. There's this nice place before going to Badrinath, just about 2 kilometers before Badrinath. There's a place where during the Mahabharat Kal, Hanumanji was lying on the ground and Bhima was going from. And Bhima was, the Pandavas were all staying over there that time. So when during the exile, so when they were going, this monkey was lying down. So Bhima was very angry. Said, "You old monkey, you're sleeping on my way. Get up and go to the side." The monkey was none other than Hanumanji. He said, "I'm a very old monkey. You see, I'm a very old man. I'm too weak to go aside. You do one thing. You just, my tail is long. I know that. You just, with your hand, just push my tail aside and you go. I will be very grateful. I will be grateful to you." Bhima said, "Okay, okay. I don't want to fight with a monkey." So he put his left hand. He went to push the tail. He could not push the tail. He used his right hand. He could not push the tail. He used both his hands. He could not push the tail. He put his entire strength. At that time, he realized, oh, this is not an ordinary person. A person like me who has got a strength of 10,000 elephants, I am not able to push the tail. So immediately fell at the feet of that monkey. I said, "Please disclose yourself." He said, "I am none other than Hanuman." Oh, that time Krishna appeared. Krishna said, "Okay, Hanuman, ask for a obligation or a vara or a boon." Immediately Bhima asked Hanuman a boon. And he said, "Now the war is coming. Very soon there will be a war between the Pandavas and the Kauravas. And we want your support." Hanuman said, "No, I'm out of form, cricketers always say, you're out of form. I am out of form now, I'm not fighting. But definitely I will come and sit on your flag, and from there I will roar. And just by my roaring, many Rakshasas many of your Kauravas will die. Really by that. But I have a condition." "What is your condition?" "I cannot sit without Hari Katha. No one cannot live without, when Ramayana, whenever there is Ramayana Katha, one chair is kept specifically empty for Hanumanji. So I will not sit without Hari Katha. I need some philosophical knowledge you should give." He said, "Okay." So Acharya say, Krishna did not give the Bhagavad Gita to Arjuna, but actually he gave it to Hanumanji, who was sitting on the top. ऊपर बैठे थे ना हनुमान जी, उनको सुनाने के लिए भगवत गीता. But there is another catch to this. Just now what we read that speaker and the listener both should not be at the same level, or rather the listener should not be at the higher level. वो तो होना ही नहीं. Many times, it so happens that the speaker is sitting on the floor and the listener, okay, people, once I told this and they came and told me, "Sir, we have a problem in the knee. I'm not talking of those people who are having any ailments. Fine. Those who are having knee problem, those who are having big hip problem, they can sit up, no problem. But those who are hale and hearty should not sit up on the chair when the speaker is sitting down." And this is what Ramchandraji was demonstrating. That I am sitting on a higher place and Lava and Kusha are speaking on a lower level. So I have to come down. At that moment, when Krishna was speaking to Arjuna the Bhagavad Gita, and Hanumanji was listening up, that was a grave mistake. The listener should sit below. You see the Bhagavad Gita photograph? Krishna is standing and Arjuna is sitting down. It's not that Arjuna is standing and Krishna is sitting down. He's standing below, with folded hands. Similarly, Hanuman was not sitting down. He was sitting on top. For that one sin, he had to become a ghost. You all can Google this. He had to become a ghost. He was punished. And what was the solution for that? He told, Dekho, if you want to come out of this ghost yoni, you will have to write a bhashya on Bhagavad Gita, a commentary on Bhagavad Gita. And finally, Hanuman wrote, and that bhashya is called as Pei Bhashya. And it is there in Google, you can Google it. Pei Bhashya. So he gave a bhashya on Bhagavad Gita and then got back his original form. So from this story and the way Ramchandraji is behaving, what do we understand? What is a take-home message for us? Whenever someone is speaking about God, immaterial of the age, immaterial of the person who is speaking about God, we have to respect him. Because what is important is not the person, but what he is speaking about or whom he is speaking about. And when he's speaking about God, yes, it has to be respected. So one has to sit down and listen to this. Simple, it's an old simple science. Water flows from higher level to lower level. That's not a big rocket science. That's something which we are taught in school, but it's common sense. Water flows from higher level to a lower level. Similarly, knowledge also goes from higher level to lower level. Higher level, the knowledge flows down to. So this is how we have to understand. Yes, whenever there is katha, please sit down and listen. If not, vote. Not a problem. Have health issues, fine. You can sit on the chair at par with the speaker and listen. Not a problem. Okay, so I think we'll close the class today here and here because then we'll start chapter 5 in the next session.